Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To some of you and peace out to the rest of you. It's the blackest man on social media, signing black in and shining again, asking you to hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. I listened to LAR Movement for as long as I had time to do so. When he asked, really, does the community owe each other reparations? And O'Shea, I also got a chance to listen to when he explained his take on why the most talented of our men get frustrated with the black community and they bounce. And that is this. We are a smart people in general. We're actually more intelligent than what people give us credit for. We're not the only community, though, that undervalues intelligence and undermines it and actually feels a bit ashamed at it. The Bedouins among whom I live are really the same way. If I was not moved to the advanced track, I probably would have lost my job by now. And in all honesty, even where we are in the advanced track, you have some who don't belong there, and all they've done is cheat and nothing else. They just cheat their whole lives. And they wind up, they don't get caught for a long stretch of time. Or they've gotten caught before and nothing happened to them because not only were they young, but the person catching them was also a low-life rat bastard backwards ass Bedouin. And I actually remember when a rideshare driver here told me that the Bedouins are traumatized by civilization. And that is the direct translation of what he said to me. The Bedouins are traumatized by civilization. So we Western teachers, actually even we non-Western teachers, should understand this and go easy on them. Man, shuck that fit. They've been claiming to be the champions of a Quran that tells people to read and gain knowledge and learn. But no, they don't want to do that. They want to cheat, a lot of them. And quite a few of them make their way even into the advanced scenario. And this is changing under their feet. So they're struggling. The ones of them that are really dishonest and lazy and sheeses of pit, that was a spoonerism, so I don't curse. But they're really suffering right now because the governments in the Gulf are cracking down. Notice, I said governments in the Gulf are cracking down on this cheating thing. And where I live, they are the most Bedou of the Bedou. They are the most backwards. Every negative stereotype that everyone else, even other Arabs, apply to the Bedou is true here. I've lived in a city worse than this, but the region of this nation in which I live, the province of the nation in which I live, oh, it's bad. Oh, yeah, these niggas don't want to know nothing. And they brag about, they just brag for no reason at all. You can't do anything until you have political power and the state behind you. Until you have to terrorize this population to advance and become self-reliant and not need everybody else to help them more than what's normal for any group of people. You have to terrorize them into that. Nothing but pure terror is going to get them right. And that's not really a good conscience. That's fear. African Americans are the same damn way. If you want us to do something good, you got to terrorize us. Most of our morality that remains, our moral superiority that remains, is mostly in things that we don't do or things that we do a hell of a lot less than dominant society. Because that's where we've been pushed back to. If you are talented and intelligent, you're dealing with a community that is intelligent for the most part. So while it's true that the strong rule the weak and the smart rule everybody in a normal scenario, this is not a normal scenario because actually many of us are talented, but we use our talent and our intellect in order to hold back intellectualism and to disrespect first and foremost those with the most talent. So what you're dealing with is a case where you've already been overthrown from the very jump because of your talent and your intellect. Right off the bat, you don't have the social capital to even finish a sentence without being interrupted as soon as you have to tell people something that does not go with the culture. You're not even allowed to say this road ends in a ditch that is set ablaze and burning at 1,000 degrees right now. You're not allowed to finish the sentence. Everybody else in the car is going to tell you to fuck the shuck up and chill out and take off that damn seatbelt because they know what they doing. And they just turn the music up to drown you out. That's what the black community is like. A car on a road headed towards a ditch that has been set ablaze. But when you tell them that, they tell you to shut the F up, and they call you all kinds of names. Now, someone says everything gonna be all right. Look how well this road is paved. Why would it end in a ditch? It doesn't matter what the black community's been through so far that would justify what you're saying. Everybody's gonna look at them and say, yeah, see, why can't you think positive like him? Niggas have overthrown black people. End of story. So you have to leave. You have to walk out. There are two ways we can do this. Because the enforcement of this low-life culture does not come, Assalamu alaikum, does not come, and notice I say the enforcement of it does not come from the women. The enforcement of it does come from the men. But the driving force behind it is going to be the women and the men who follow them. In other words, the matriarchy and its mandingos, the gynocracy and its goons. They're the main ones. They're both together on this. It's just the mandingos and the goons that do the enforcement. That's what we're dealing with. One way we can do this, we get like-minded men to leave behind the gynocracy and the matriarchy and its sympathizing mandingos and goons, or we just leave the community altogether. I'm in favor of the first one. Get those of us who are aware of what the hell is going on to say, we are going to start something new elsewhere. We will be including a few people of some other backgrounds, but they're not going to be those whose communities have had problems with us. So this means we'll be including some people, but we ain't going to be including the Chinese, or the Indians, or the Pakistanis, or the Koreans. I'm not really sure about the Japanese. You'll have to tell me what they're like. We ain't going to be including the Persians and the Afghans. We're not going to include them, but there are going to be some people that really don't have a grudge with us. We can include them. That's what we're going to be doing. That's what I'm in favor of. But you cannot simply take your talents and your intellect, because look what the hell happened to Nipsey Hussle. And he didn't have the support of his own wife with a stupid ass. Sorry, I swore and I didn't mean to. Stuck for the law. Law, forgive me. With a oopid stass. I hope that's better. She was an idiot talking about his motivational tapes bore me. And before she was with him, before she even had Lil Wayne's baby, she talked about I fell in love with O-Dog when he shot them people in the stall. She said this in that now defunct King magazine. Because she's a nigger. Because she's an idnessette. And no other reason. And this is what we have given legitimacy to in our case. You don't, even the B1 phenotype crowd will accept the ratchet of the phenotype they don't approve of. As long as she's ratchet, she gets a pass. You want to know how it is that you don't fit the Bantu phenotype, and then you turn around and still get a pass? Be ratchet. That's the end of it. That's it. How you gonna sit up here and save a community like that? You ain't. You set something else up. You set up an alternative, and the ones of them who really do mean well could come and join you, or you bounce and you commit treason. You better hope to God for me, dealing with me and those like me. You better hope to God you don't forget to give me that first option I mentioned, because if you force me to the second option, I'm not only going to just leave, I'm going to come back with more violence and vengeance than I would have had for those crackers. Because the thing about treachery is that it never comes from the open enemy you expected. And while you will think that what I'm saying is treacherous, I will consider you equally treacherous for turning on those who try to tell you to save yourself and help you. I hope one day that what I've said is not true anymore. Hope it benefits in the meantime. The blackest man on social media, sign a blackout. Assalamu alaikum and black male power, just because Sapphire don't like it.